Test, 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 test. Hey, I'm back, baby. Yeah, hey, what's up, Scott Balkum, Imagination Films, and we're doing a live stream again, second time tonight. Why? Life. Life all over the place. Too much life going on. Refreshing. Diet Mountain Dew. So if everybody that was joined previously wants to rejoin, we can continue our conversation. Yeah, that ended rather abruptly, unfortunately. Yeah, that would have to do with this little thing called my rural internet. Which you remember, for those of you following along at the home version, you remember it was swapped out recently for a better system. Yeah, no, not so far. Nope. What I ended up with is a better performing system that breaks in the evening, and there's no support in the evening. So, yeah, got that going on. So, we were talking about quite a few things. Someone had asked about the Inspire 2 with the X7 camera, and I was saying that a friend of mine has one, and he shoots on a lot of big budget stuff, shows that you have seen and such, and he loves it. Thinks it's a great camera. Really, really expensive though. It's 20 grand for that camera. So yeah, who's joined back in? We got somebody joined in. Somebody has to say hello, because I mean it was pretty pathetic. It just boom. Yeah, Jamie caught it and said R.I.P. and I saw the live stream and thought, well, that was a little weird. Why would he say R.I.P.? And then the chat disconnected, and yeah, hell broke loose from there. And then I managed to, I went out there to work on my van, and the van, I've been having some performance issues with it. It's not a very performing, high performance. Hey, Bill, glad you're back. Not a very high performance 4-cylinder diesel in my Sprinter, but it recently in the last couple of months, it just felt really kind of sluggish. And I was in there trying to hook up some lights on the outside, and I needed to move the air intake. So I disconnected it, and I looked inside, and it's full, I mean completely packed with oak pollen, oak seeds or whatever they are. And then I look in the tube is completely full, packed. So then I go and I undo the air box, and it's packed. I mean, dense. It was almost like a bird had built a nest, but it was not a bird or an animal or anything. It had just all gotten in there. And then my air box is cracked. I mean, I just had it in for 20,000 mile service, $395 for like 100 and something points of, is that working over there? Yeah, that's working over there. Of checking. I guess they don't check the air filter or the air line or anything like that. So I had to clean that out and got my lights working. Then I spilled my drink all over the van. Yeah, then I came in here to wash up so I could go back and live stream. And then someone had removed the top from the soap dispenser, so I threw soap everywhere. I'm just feeling really great tonight. How's your night going? Bill, what you up to? You're about to insulate? Notice I've changed shirts. Yeah, that one's still working. I just left everything on in case it ever came back. It never did. Well, eventually the internet did. At least I think it's back. Is it back? Yeah, it shows that it's streaming. Okay. So, Bill, what was the installation you were going to do on your van? You were going to do something different, I thought. Was it denim you were doing? I think, yeah, I think you were going to do denim on your walls. That's something I had heard a bit about, but it didn't seem, I don't know, there was something about it that didn't seem right to me. Well, Bill, it's just you and me, buddy. What do you want to talk about? What's going on in your world? You I don't know if the part got to you where I was talking about the quasars. You were asking about lighting inside the van. Did you see the part about the quasars? I was looking at carpet on the walls, but have since changed my thoughts. Yeah, I don't think I would do carpet. I did. That's pretty good. Yeah, check these things out. I mean, you really only need one and a little reflector, and I mean that's plenty for in that van. But two of them, you can even have some color contrast going on, or you could mount one overhead and get you a nice little hair light. It'll look nice that way. So it's changed on my thought. Yeah, I went with that Thinsulate, the 3M Tesla insulation. I'm in no way unhappy with it. It's just very expensive. I guess I didn't price out too many of the other options. The thing that I liked about the 3M was it was not fiberglass, number one. So there was no fibers to get anywhere. It was actually like a polyester string or something that was woven. And it also, it stays together. So if you pull on it, it doesn't want to come apart. But it's still soft like a nice little fabric, or nice blanket of insulation. So I like that because I could then spray the walls with Super 90 and then the back of the insulation and put the whole mat up there, and it stays. It does not come off. We had them on the ceiling. I drove around with it for about a month and a half. Well, I guess technically I've been driving around with it for about 6 months. Hey, Jack. The 6 months, and it never fell off. So I tend to not agree. Okay, what do you not agree? Looking at the pink stuff and Reflectix. Yeah, I don't think I would do the pink. Think about the fibers that are going to be in the air. I mean, I'm not a huge, everything has to be all natural or anything like that, but I know the fiberglass is itchy, and it would bother me of it being in the air. The R value, I'm going to put it, I don't know the exact R value, but I'm guessing it is going to be very similar to like the pink stuff. And the reason I say I don't know the particular R value is because they all tell you, like you buy an RV and they'll tell you it's R13. Well, if you know anything about pink stuff, R13 happens to be 3.5 inches thick. So if an RV wall is 1 inch, it can't be R13 of insulation. What it is they put R13 insulation in it. But when you compress it, you lose the insulative value. So you're probably at like an R3 or R4 at that point. So it's only like I think it's a 2-inch thick piece. So whatever it is, you could pretty much get it. Okay, Jack. You pretty much get it stuck to the wall and it won't pop out. So how long are we not into R values? I'm into R5. Okay. I'm assuming Jack is trolling, so we'll just let Jack troll. So yeah, I would try to caution against the pink stuff. The Thinsulate, it costs I think about $650 for the entire van. I think your van is a little bit smaller, so maybe $575 for you. That's a lot of money, I agree. Reflectix helps, but I can tell you that it does a pretty good job, that Insulate, because I've got Reflectix first. Well, first I did the Dynamat. I put 25% area on every single panel. I put a Dynamat, and then I did Reflectix, and then I did the Thinsulate. And I was up camping at like 5,000 feet with it, and all I had was that little diesel heater in there. It was 28 degrees or 23 degrees, somewhere down in the 20s, and it was 70 degrees in that van with the little heater. The heater was not running much at all. So that insulation does wonders. And so I would tell you to get get as much insulation as you can get in there. Even if you're buying that styrofoam panel and gluing it, I know a lot of people are doing that. It's definitely a higher R value in the insulation or the styrofoam than it is in the fibrous stuff, but I guarantee you it's gonna squeak. I mean, styrofoam squeaks, and I can't handle the squeak. Yeah, cool. Jack, I'm gonna give you just one little warning, and then I'm just not gonna play anymore, dude. So tootle yourself out if you want, or you'll be tootled here shortly. So what are your plans, Bill? What are you wanting to do with your van? That you wanna do mobile photography studio? Is that what you were talking about? That would be quite the practical use of it, actually. I think. Excuse me. I think it is. I think the Sprinter vans are the coolest vans out there, just because there's so many of them. Oh, cool. Well, yeah. I mean, it would be hilarious if you were doing portraiture inside the van, but yeah, no, I meant like editing, post-production of it. That would be funny. Open up the door and you've got like a scene. Open up door number 2 and out pulls a seamless paper, and you just bounce the sun. You're like, okay, everyone line up for your photos. PGA event coming up that I can park in the media parking and never leave. Yeah, that's true. That is cool. They hold so much gear. It is portrait studio in a box truck. I mean, why not? I mean, I see. I guess they're little RVs, maybe. Like in a lot of fairs, they pull up and they do like the old, like the 1800s photos, and it's just like a little mini bus. They pull out a canopy and then start taking photos. Yeah, the amount of room in these these vans is amazing. The way mine is, I have put practically every piece of gear that I have, with the exception of some very large stands, although I could have put them in there. I mean, quite honestly, yeah, almost every single piece of kit that I had in there, and I was still sleeping in there. I was still able to walk around. It was great. Man, I got serious hiccups tonight. Must be the Diet Mountain Dew. So did you just buy your van? I think you posted that picture. Was that like a very, very recent acquisition? And that's the previous gen. So does that have the 5-cylinder or the 6-cylinder diesel in it? I have a toilet in it, and let me get you a link to the toilet. And the reason is, it is the coolest toilet, because it's a self-contained, and then you can the bottom out and just go dump it into a normal toilet, and it's really inexpensive. Let me see here. It is. It was like $119, and it. Yeah, there it is. Let's see if it'll let me post a link. Give me the link. There we go. Copy. There we go. And then we're going to go right there. So that is the toilet that I'm getting, or well, I'm not getting that. I've been using that toilet actually in there, literally using it. I guess I've had it for like 9 months. The only thing I'll tell you is that when you take it apart, make sure, well, there's two things I'll tell you. Make sure that when you put it back together that it is lined up. Once it's lined up, you can lock it and it's fine. But if you don't line it up, then you're going to get a little smell. And you don't want that. And then the other thing is don't leave water in the bowl. Usually on RV toilets, you leave just a little bit of water and that helps seal out the gases. Don't do it on this one. The reason being is that the water will actually seep through the top and then eventually down the side of it. I mean, it's not something that happens like overnight. It takes quite a bit of a while to do, but it's just not worth it. But it is tiny, self-contained. It's battery operated, so you like it's power flush. I mean, it's really nice. So for shower, I'm just doing I don't have a built-in shower at all. For the most part, two reasons. I don't want to give up that space. If I had the longer version of my van, which surprisingly enough, there's actually a 2.5 foot longer version of my van, then I probably would put one in, but even still, it's a lot of wasted space. The other problem is I am a really tall dude, and I can't stand up in the van even as is. I'm like 2 inches too tall, and if you put a shower in there, you're raising it up, I'll be like this. I won't be taking a shower in there. There's no point. So I'm just doing the bag shower, and my little bag actually has a little pump, so it'll pressure wash you. A lot of people, they've done it's a PVC tube. It's like a 4-inch, I think, diameter. They paint it black, and they put caps on the end. Then they put a shower quick connect, like an air compressor connect on one. And then on the top, they put a Schrader valve from like a bicycle tire. And then what you do is you fill it full of water, or 90% full of water. And then when you're ready to use it, you pump it up. You can use a little air compressor, you can use a foot pump, anything like that. It pumps up air, pressurizes it, so then it comes out under pressure, and then it'll be hot because it's black. We usually truck stops when I use the truck camper shell to stay in. Yeah, oh really? I did not know the KOA would do that. That's a interesting. Well, do they let you, or they just don't know? It could be more to the point. I'm for this trip, I'm considering the gym membership. Which one is it? There's one gym that's like everywhere. It's not Gold's Gym. It's another one, and they have showers, and it's like $20 a month. I may do that because they seem to be Planet Fitness is the one, and you can do it. I think it's like $35 to cancel your contract. It's not like a annual contract. It's just a commitment, and so you can pay $20 a month, and then whenever you're done, you just pay $35 and you don't need it anymore. So, and even had to pay $50 for a month. I mean, to get a bunch of showers might not be a bad thing, because I don't like to stink, and I don't like to stink at all. Yeah, Planet Fitness. A delicious Diet Mountain Dew. And because it's diet, I can drink 17 of them. So was your, let's see, yeah, was your Sprinter, does it have the 5-cylinder or the 6-cylinder in it? Because I know that they had, like the older ones had a 5-cylinder, and then they went to the 6-cylinder. And the 5-cylinder, yeah, okay. That's like the one that gets like 500,000 miles out of the engine before it needs an overhaul. It doesn't have a whole lot of power, but I mean, that's the one FedEx ran. Like, they ran forever. So that is like the best. Well, it is one of the best. The best one, I think, is like the 2006 I don't know. There's one right before they put the whole emissions thing on the rear, and it's got all the power, but it doesn't have that emission stuff, and it's rated for like 500,000 miles too. They're cool little vehicles. They're not winning any drag races. Although I can't wait to try mine out tomorrow with all of that all that gunk. Let me see if I can share a picture here. Let me send this. We'll see if I can get this to show up on here. I would like to. Maybe not. Maybe it's not going to. Really? All right. Well, fine. I don't want to share it all. Really? No. Ugh. Golly, Apple. I really do. Do you edit on Apple or PC? I mean, I love Apple. Well, I loved Apple. I'm quickly losing patience. But I've always loved the operating system. I think the operating system is fast and simple, and it just, I mean, it's elegant. I would put. And I mean, lately with the performance problems that they've had, it's just been killing me. PC, yeah. I mean, I edit. My main editing workstation is a PC, and it's a PC because 14 cores overclocked, and it runs all day long. And I mean, I paid a third the price of the. I know. But I mean, I really want Apple to succeed. I mean, I had the trash can. I mean, I've had the Mac Pros before that. I had the trash can. I was really not too terribly happy with the trash can. I got rid of it, and that's when I went to a full-blown PC. I don't know what Apple is thinking. I really, really don't. I don't even know what Apple is thinking. All right, let's see if I can change this. Chrome. We're going to change this window capture. And we're going to change this to preview. Preview, preview, preview. Transparent dock. Where is it? There it is. Okay. All right, there's the picture. Hey, I like this. Now I can show photos. There is the picture of all of the stuff that was in it. And I mean, it's really hard to tell, but that was packed in densely. It was unreal. Do you do stock footage, videography? I do a lot of stock footage, yes. I shoot a style that is conducive to a lot of stock footage, I'll put it that way. I also do documentary and narrative, but the thing I like about stock is I can just go and shoot what I see. I'm just being creative by myself, and I can do that. I don't have to worry about timing or other people or anything like that. And it's not that I don't like doing that. I do. It's just I got used to not being able to do that out here because I live in the country. Hey, Jamie. Yeah, Jamie, I saw your RIP, and I was like, what do you mean RIP? And then my stream died. My whole internet died. Yay. But I'm back, baby. Yeah. Yeah, I like I like earth porn, nature. I like making the earth look beautiful. I mean, it's already beautiful, but sometimes pictures don't do things justice. Sometimes videos don't do things justice, and I try to see if I can make it do justice. And yeah, just started videography. My main thing's been stills, yeah. And you're shooting with what? You were like Nikon, weren't you? Were you the big Nikon shooter? I'm trying to remember, like the D850? Yeah, yeah. See, I'm remembering people. Yeah. You're shooting video with the Nikon? How's that working? Is it 4K? Or what are you shooting video with? Excuse me. Got the tickle in my throat. Yeah, now I can send all kinds of photos. Let's see here. Oh, I just killed it, didn't I? Jamie's like, the D850. Is the D850, is that 4K or is it... just sending myself more photos. It does 1080 up to 150. Oh, nice. How clean is that at 150? Because I know like the GH5 at 180 is, it's not great. It's kind of I would call it like half res, even though they say it's full res. It's just a little soft. At 120, it's perfectly clean. The GH5S does 240 at 1080, but it's clean at 180. So how's the 850 at 150? 850 does video much better than the 750 and the 500. Yeah, the 850 is the one that has that new chip in it, the new sensor. And I know a friend of mine, Andrew Walker, he just went and got an 850 and he loves it already. He's always been a Nikon guy, and he does amazing time lapse. Yeah, iPhone 240 looks like poop. iPhone 120 looks like poop. iPhone 60 kind of looks like poop. The iPhone is just cute. It is. It's the right tool for the job, is what it is. Man, why am I? Oh, my throat. That's just fun. I don't think so, Jamie. Yeah, before I got the X, I was looking at the Galaxy, and I really wanted to. What I felt the Galaxy was, it was a little flatter of an image, a little curve of an image than the iPhone. The iPhone is a very warm, very specific look to me, and I didn't mind the Galaxy at all. This was kind of my last. My last foray into Apple, and I got it. It's an okay phone. Do I think it's worth the money? Absolutely not. I think it's worth half the money. I don't like the screen size. I'm old, so I mean, small screens kind of suck. I think my next phone is probably going to be, I guess, the Galaxy S10 will come out by then, and then I'll just get that. I think Samsung does a pretty good job on their video. Google Pixel. I'm not a huge Google fan. Just not. So yeah, when everything in my life gets to, basically by the time I'm on my adventure, I'll be able to talk about all the stuff that has been going on, and then I have to start writing some sitcoms. I mean, my life right now is basically a continuous Seinfeld episode. It is so unbelievably hilarious. No other way to describe it. It's just hilarious. I didn't lose it again, did I? Tell me I didn't lose it. It could just be that no one's talkative. I get it. It says video output low. Well, that's still streaming. That's still streaming. Yep. Okay. Cool. I always have to pause my screen there so that it doesn't sit there and play back, because it just takes up the internet. So Jamie, what are you working on, dude? What's going on in your world? I know you got plans. What else are you doing? How many views your documentary get, Jamie? I have not. Let me find you again here. Jamie, there he is. I feel like your little short film was getting some views. Video. Whoa. I haven't I haven't watched your last couple of videos. Instagram model blocked me and stole my shoes. That's interesting. Tell me about that one. And don't tell me I have to watch the video. I'll watch it. But that sounds rather interesting. Stole your shoes? That's just not right. Forrest Grump got 20,000 views. Man, your stuff gets some views, man. Look at that, man. I wish I get tens of views on my channel. Tens of views. Let's see here. Where is your... There it is. Car booted. No, that's the... Car booted... Where is your snippet? Okay. Boston Marathon documentary right there. 24,000. That's not bad. That's not bad. You're working nothing right now. Well, that's kind of boring. Why are you working nothing? Just working on YouTube retirement. Oh, man, don't be retiring. Don't do it. You know what you need to do? When you go to retire... Tell every single subscriber that the best thing they can do is come subscribe to my channel and stick around and watch my videos. Because we'll turn all these runners into filmmakers and we'll dominate the world. Filmmakers everywhere. So Bill, you got a PGA job coming up. What other stuff you working on? I'm still working on this. It looks like it hasn't moved, but it actually has moved many, many, many times. Let's see. Yeah, 10 o'clock at night is not the most optimal time for YouTube. Pro tennis tournament the week after. You shooting stills on that? Or are you shooting video? So you're Nikon, so you do all the nice Nikon glass, like the 400 millimeter f2.8 or f2 or what is it? Yeah. I'm going to put out a couple of reviews before we move on to Dallas, and yeah, I'm gonna let YouTube settle to dust. Hopefully, a decent comeback. Yeah, you can do it, man. Commercial job coming up in Charleston, stills only. So shooting tennis with the stills camera. What shutter speed are you having to be at? 2,000 or 4,000? Because those arms and balls are moving. Signed a deal with Tamron earlier this month using the G2 versions. Oh, interesting. Yeah, 2,000, right? Because those balls, they travel like 180 miles an hour. So I had no idea they were going that fast. Tamron, 150 to 600. So it's basically like the Sigma version, or the version of the Sigma. I've always liked Tamron. I just never felt that they were exceptional at anything. I've had Tamrons since the 90s, early 90s, and I thought they were good. I just didn't think they were exceptional. Excuse me. The same goes for Sigma. Until Sigma developed the art lenses, I didn't think Sigma was that great either, other than that 150 to 600 Sigma, which is not an art, but it is art. It is beautiful. 70 to 200. That it's fantastic. Currently beats the Nikkors. Interesting. So on that Tamron, so let's say you're going to shoot video with it, and you are at let's just say 6.3. That's probably the upper end, or the upper lower end of the f-stop on there. If you're at 6.3 and you zoom through, does it stay at 6.3 all the way through or change? Because that is the thing that irks me on my Sigma. Because one of the things that I like to shoot with the Red is jets. I love shooting jets when they're taking off and landing and all that. And I use the Sigma a lot. And I will do a really long zoom in on there. What happens though is that whatever f-stop I'm at, it adjusts. It won't stay. So it adjusts however it is. Like it's, I think it's like an f5 to f6.3, and it will adjust 1.3 no matter where I'm at. It is 6.3 at 600. It is 5 at 150. Right, but like yeah, like the 7200 is 2.8 throughout, sure. But if you take it at if you put the 7200 at f4, it will be f4 the whole zoom range. Oh, interesting. Oh wait, if I set it at 6.3 at 150, it'll stay at 6.3 at 600. Okay, well then that is better than the Sigma, because that is my beef with the Sigma, because it really, because the on Canon lenses, unlike the Nikons, the aperture is electronic. So when it changes f-stop, it does a little tick to your video. I mean, it's just a tick in brightness as you change your f-stop. But I mean, you'll see it just darken ever so slightly as you're zooming through. And I hate that. Hate it. Man, so ticklish. I end up shooting a lot with the 70-200 Canon with the 2X on it, just because it doesn't do that. And I mean, that is by far one of my favorite lenses. That sucker is so crystal clear. It boggles my mind. I would love, you shoot everything at f/22. Oh, so you keep everything in focus? Oh, that was Jamie. f/22 is like your phone. Everything from here to 7 miles out is all in focus. It's called a pinhole camera. I did a video, the vibration control, earlier this week. Wow. A 30th at 600 and keep it crisp. Nice. That might just be the ultimate nature and bird lens right there. I have a problem also, and I don't know what it is. It's with video and that Sigma lens, the stabilization, I don't know how to describe it. If I turn it on, it will take the image and kind of just do this number to it. You just see it pop. No matter what I do, if it's on, you can see the image just like once every 2 seconds, it just or once a second it pops. And so I have to disable it. I really wish it would work, but it doesn't. Because I mean, I have shot the I've shot the red with the 150-600 and the 2X, so that's 1200 millimeters, which is, I mean, close with this. It's close to I would say about 8. Now it's probably about 1500, 1600 at Super 35. And it is remarkably clear. You run into more heat, the heat waves, than you do anything else. I was shooting at Yosemite, and there was a waterfall that was at least 2 miles away, and I had it full filling my frame. It was amazing. Yeah, we'll do that. One way I advise people turn it off. Yeah, okay, there you go. Yeah, I don't know what that is with that IS. It just does that, and some of them don't, but the Sigma definitely does. I was going to record some shots manual with a high f-stop to prevent losing focus, but then I really lose that nice focus look on the, yeah, that's called the cinematic look there, Jamie. People work most of their lives trying to get that depth of field to be very shallow. Oh man, you can see my ghetto focus wheel. Cable ties to the rescue, but you know, it works. So what else is going on, people? What else is going on in your worlds? It is definitely not the barrage of people that we had earlier. 7 o'clock was a good time, but alas, my internet just cannot handle such things. I really like how my last reviews with Mary Beth came out. Yeah. I'm going to... Is that the one with the sun? The sunset? Yeah, that was pretty good. Yeah, I mean, if y'all don't have anything else to chat about, I'm gonna go do a little more work. If you don't mind, I'm happy to chit chat. I just don't know what else y'all want to talk about. If I was rendering out too many clips with different frame rates. Yeah, dude, keep a frame rate and then learn the transform tool. Transform everything to 24 FPS. Stop shooting 30. 30 is for kids and television. 24. Be a purist. Be a purist. Too many clips with a different frame rate. All right, well, I'm going to jump out of here and get a few things done. Don't need to slow things down. Well, but keep it at a 24 FPS, and when you transform it, you can speed it up and then slow it back down. But you'll always keep it at 24. Yeah, it's the timeline. All right, so Bill, you have a wonderful evening. Jamie, you have a wonderful evening. And anybody else who tunes in, please feel free to have a wonderful evening. Everybody, don't forget to click subscribe down below and leave any comments or questions, I guess, in the chat, because this is a live stream. And, you know, as I always like to leave it, don't let your passions center around your life. Let your life center around your passions. I just got to count to 20 now so I can have my end screens. Oh, wow. I didn't know I could rhyme. Wow. First camera will be coming out on Friday. Hey, I'll be looking for that. I'll be looking for that. And you'll get millions of views. You'll be like Jamie with 75,000 views. But if you really want a good review installing a toilet. I don't know why. All right. Good night, everyone.